We're okay. All right. Good evening, Jeff. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. We It's a nice week. Weather was good.
That's good.
Yeah. I had Junie play around this morning where I just dropped her in the world. It actually worked out really well. I launched 2 clients, and then once we both log in, I quit my client, and then she can only run to the lobby once. It won't just put her on a loop, but it worked out well. Quite enjoyed it. She gave me some notes. Can't go through mushrooms. There were some that were pretty close together, but apparently she thought her character should fit. So I got to check that out. And then she drew eyeballs and said, I almost can't see. Too dark. Drew little eyeballs with them.
Mm.
And then she drew a little tower, like, you know, those towers underground. And she put I love it with a heart and drew one of those towers with a little stick figure her on top. Very objective.
Get my stuff set up here. Don't worry.
No prob, Bob. No prob. I can tell you're a little focused on it, so giving you a moment. When you're done setting that up, you got to go over to Twitch real quick. See what Canva has made for me.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah. Position the picture. Gets a little pop up on top of you every now and then. I'm working on it. Some details there.
What is up with the pop-up?
It's because you're in the pop-out video, and as soon as I put my cursor over it, it gives me this powered by Nitro ad. There, you close it. But like, it'll still give me the tooltips at the bottom, right? Or the buttons. Well, now they're just there. All right, well, that lives there now.
I need to get some bots going in the Discord so people can choose to be like stream notified. I didn't feel like I should do an at everyone.
That's fair.
Be respectful.
Whoa!
Well, hello there.
It's 2 zebras and a unicorn. She's here, supporting. Good to see you, lady.
I have the same mug every time. Bad to the bone. Nice.
That's how we roll this week. A girl for life.
My hype family's in the kitchen making food because they're hungry. Ride or die.
Hey, look, we're both typing in our same name. That's Jeff and I are the same person right now in chat. Good coffee.
That's good. Feel like I like dragging it out a little bit before we jump in the game to let people notice that we're here.
Totally. I like that too. I think it works well.
I'm funny.
Son of a bee sting. Awkward. Oh well.
Alright, I'm gonna jump in. We can feel like it's okay to join the game now.
Rock and roll. Oh yeah. Welcome back to the Fae.
I'm so
I
excited.
call it sometimes. Into the Fae.
It's a pretty good name.
I like the idea of the button saying like into the Fae, right? Because into the fray, it's all just very
Oh my. Okay,
welcome.
you've done some new work here.
There's some stuff down here now. There's some things going on.
There's different portals.
Yeah.
I mean, there's actual portals.
Yeah. So they're elemental now. There's 5 different portals. It has an effect. I can't tell you what it is because it doesn't connect to the next steps to make it so that you can see what it does. So
Okay, so we've got
steps in the right direction.
we got some really cool runes going on. So is this
Hey Maple. Good to see you, buddy.
we're gonna have to make some emotes so people can have them.
Sounds good.
I will miss my rock that I could dive into the the portal, but that's okay. So right now,
He loved his rock.
which one should we go into? Does it matter? Does it do anything other than attach a buff of no significance?
Well, it actually is attaching an ability to you. And the one that you go through determines what element that ability is.
Oh, I went through one.
You have chosen fire.
That was fire?
I'm going for earth.
Do the abilities do anything yet?
It says false a lot. That's what I got it doing so far. I can't get it to fire. I need to figure out the next step. Something in the ability system I'm not understanding.
So
I got pretty close.
you title the stream Going Underground Again.
Oh yeah.
So I take it we want to look for the ability to go underground.
We should probably get down there.
I will.
You'll also notice there's no mountain that we saw before. I did do another generation.
I already had noticed that, yes, and I also noticed that the lighting is better.
Yeah. That was just a silly thing. I had turned the sun down when it's on the other side of the planet, because there's no planet. But when it's lower than the moon, the engine just defers to the moon as the main light, because it was higher. So I also didn't realize how much it was adding to the illumination at night. So you'll notice that we're also not like in such darkness anymore.
Yeah. Which I like.
Yeah, it definitely reads better, which is nice. Ooh, that looks promising. Let me in. Nope, not quite. This looks like fun. Neat little crevasse. False. Nothing yet. It'd be so funny. All of a sudden, the spell works randomly. Be like, wait, what?
So fire was the yellow one?
Yes.
And Earth was the red one.
Correct.
Why did you decide to go with that coloring?
Because it follows the colors and elements of the chakras.
Mm.
Because red is earth, it's the base color.
So we're kind of trying to redefine the colors instead of what is expected as the normal. So
Color coding happens differently all over. So we're trying to. It's not really. It's more about creating the right pattern, because they go in a certain direction. We all will. That's the beauty of it. Also, if you look at most fire, it's actually quite yellow.
That's true. But
red fire is if you put magnesium in it. Is that what it was? I don't remember the lab very well, but put different minerals inside and change the color of the flame. But typically it is yellow. Blue if it's quite hot.
I will say I like how
What if I give you blue fire? Would that freak you out? Jeff, would it freak you out?
Blue fire? No. Blue fire's normal. You see that all the time in games. It's just, it's one of those, like, what people would be expecting when they first do it, right? There's a lot of things inferred from what you see when it comes to design.
Mm-hmm.
So
hey, there's Jeff. We're not far from each other.
Where are you?
In the water right now. I just saw your light going up the hill.
I'm trying to find my way underground.
Well, we have this fireball in the sky, and what color do we call our sun? Challenge your, what is it called? What's the word? Dang it. It's going to be so good. Challenge your assumptions. I feel like that's not the right word I wanted. Something like that.
My only concern with it is we're going with runes that don't look like the element that people would expect it to look like, and colors that are not aligning to what people would anticipate.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just something to be aware of as a design choice.
I can't tell you more about the design. There's a lot in there that'll be discovered.
So it's very much intentional.
It's deliberate. To quote my favorite dwarf, it's deliberate. I don't think Jeff gets it. I don't think he's got the quote.
No.
Maple, can you place that dwarf? As if it would be helpful. He's speaking to an elf.
Makes me,
it's deliberate, elf.
Makes me think Lord of the Rings.
Yep. It was Gimli. I want to say it was the third one. He did something, and he's like, he fell down, and he's like,
oh,
it's
yep.
deliberate.
Yep.
It's deliberate.
Yep. Did you find your way underground yet?
Yeah.
I went the I'm swimming way.
Me too.
I see things.
Although I may have went the I'm swimming slightly the wrong way. No, this should be the right way.
So I take it I still can't climb out of the water.
Should be able to climb out of the water. I think. I don't know.
Nope.
Uh-oh. Is he falling?
But I made sure there was some sort of layer underneath so I'd catch myself.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. All right. We're okay.
So we still can't climb out of the water. Do not
Well,
write.
there's lots of slopes, so find a slope.
Yeah.
There should be plenty of slopes. I made that as backup.
And I noticed that we still don't surface in the water.
You can pop through. I need to change the way that the camera angles so that it can be, so you can go to the surface and watch the camera above it. When you go to put the camera above the surface, it points downward, which makes your character swim downward.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a lot more going on down here.
Yes.
Green lights all over the place on the ground here. The ground is different too.
Yeah, I was trying. The height map's not pushing as far as I need it to. I'm playing with that still quite a bit. But there's some, yeah, there's a little bit going on down here now. I mean, there's a little bit going on before. There's a lot of it going on now.
Some like algae spore things, some blue spiky plants.
Yeah. I also fixed the rocks down here. You can climb them.
Nice.
Because there is a really cool thing that I didn't realize. But when you climb your first one, you'll probably notice.
Now you're trying to get me to climb a rock. I'm still just exploring what's on the main area. So we put a lot of effort into the underground this week.
Yes. Yeah. I was working on the underground quite a bit. I cleaned up the mountains. Remember last week I told you I gave it the lazy treatment the week before.
Yeah.
So those spiky edges got cleaned up quite a bit. Obviously the portals, all that starter island stuff.
I'm climbing one of these rocks. I don't know what I'm supposed to see though. Oh, that was weird. So, do these little laser things just follow me?
You see them where you are. So you can't see. I need to work on their fading out a bit.
Right now it feels like I have magic circling around me.
Yeah, kind of feels that way, which I like. I'm not sure I don't know if that's going to change. Your light spell could change completely and just be swirling lights. That could be fun. I don't know. We'll see.
So a whole new perspective when you can climb on top of a rock.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I felt like you couldn't tell before from the ground how cavernous this is.
Wow.
And then you get up here and you take a look at one of these giant crystals and you're like, wow, that is a serious crystal.
Cannonball! Oh no, that's not water. Ow!
Don't worry, I turned the health bar back off because it doesn't quite hook up yet. I was doing some other stuff too with ability system, pulling that out, getting stats to start reading, stuff like that. But again, that stuff didn't come to a visual fruition yet.
So a lot of back end stuff, but you still got some good map building stuff going on.
Yeah.
I think your yellow fire got Maple so upset he had to leave.
He just took off. He's done.
Red ground earth. It is something we might have to consider though. Like, I understand lining up to the chakras, but we have to make sure that it's also accessible to people and how they expect it. I'm here just disappointed. We'll put a toggle in the color coding, which will be like classic gamer colors or the way it was intended, and just have it a toggle switch.
No, the truth will piss you off before it sets you free. So Maple, I think you're just showing us that you've now discovered a lie, sir. A lie of history.
But then explain to me why Earth is red.
Well, look at the color spectrum. The red is the heaviest color. It also has to do with the longest wavelength. It also has to do with how your eyes see red. You tend to measure red minus green, red minus yellow, or red minus green plus yellow, or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So that's the way your brain computes it. So it's all part of it goes into the order because the elements also fall into an order.
Got it.
And that order is in the rainbow. So I wish I could tell you rainbows start with yellow, but they don't.
Could make it orange. At least it's closer.
But it's not right. Don't worry. I highly doubt that the color scheme is going to be enough to turn you off. It'll be fun.
I'm jumping on a mushroom.
I'm getting stuck. Try to walk one-handed. That was a bad idea.
No, you do have a point there, Maple. Whatever color we use, it will be an expectation that fire is red.
I know. It's a fun expectation.
What if we just don't call them by the fire? Earth and stuff. We just give them their own unique names.
Well, then, Jeff's coming up with the language next week, guys.
Then no one can complain. Until they see the first.
You're right.
They'll see the first spell and they'll be like, "Oh, it's fire." You're like, "Nope, it's fire." Go find it fantasy style.
Yeah. This isn't fire. This is fire magic. Haha. I added magic. Now it works. Don't worry, the fireballs will be very yellow, okay? No red fire here. No, we don't want that nonsense. I'm going to put a giant red star in the sky just to ruin all my arguments.
Fireballs will be. Now we're really just messing with people.
You say that now, but your curiosity will bring you back. You'll be like, what about yellow fire? I'm going to have to check this out.
Is water blue?
On occasion. Yeah, it is.
There you go. You can just be a water mage. Then all will be well with your soul.
Yep.
I'm going to hear about this on Sunday. So many words.
Make sure you play a deck that keeps him distracted.
Bias towards water main.
All right. I like the drama. Bring it on. Let's do this.
We've already created the thing we wanted.
You're creating lore right now. We're going to have to start a war between the elements, specifically about color, and how they didn't get the choices they wanted. I like this.
And water's just there like, what's wrong with all you guys?
Everyone just relax. Gotta be laid back.
Just go with the flow.
Go with the flow, guys. It's not a big deal.
Are we just making like an Avatar game now?
No, that's copyright infringement. That was the right answer, right?
I will specifically target water mains for this transgression.
Excellent.
I'm fine with
So if
that.
anyone out there feels a little hunted as a water guy, it started here tonight, February 28th. Day that will be known as, what are we going to call it? Down with fire? No. Red for fire?
What do they call it when the Fire Nation attacks? There's a name. They named that day. I don't know Avatar lore well enough, but we have to do it
meant to reflect D-Day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So is this red day?
Might be.
Yellow day?
Now I have to
Yellow day, because it was assigned yellow. Now that it has happened. The internal clock of this dog is ridiculous. She knows that it's right after 5:35 or 5:30. She's crazy. She's crazy, man. How's it going over there, Jeff?
not finding what I wanted to. They're all just referencing the final battle.
Ah, trying to figure out what the name was.
Yeah, but
Well, because it was just a part of the history that they always referred to, right? So it was like,
yeah,
the day
but
they
it's
the
such
day they invaded.
rich lore. Everyone would know all of these things. Guess they just didn't give it a name.
Yeah. Lame. How could you not name the thing? You gotta name the thing.
So, are there any new things I should be keeping my eye out for underground?
No, you've pretty much seen them. All
Okay.
the things I lit up, really.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was. The dots were fun to make. That was. It's just two lines or two different types of lines overlapping.
Yeah, you sent me a teaser of that, and I didn't know what it was. Now I understand what you were using it for. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, nice and cheap.
I like this little island I found. It's got some crystals over here. It's got some glowing mushrooms.
It's a nice spot.
Yeah, I still can't run though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, just making sure
That
you know.
probably won't get fixed until I get the character moved over.
That makes sense.
It's gonna be in the other character. No. I look forward to Maple's Guild of Fire Mages.
Bell. So this week I'm going to a fun little like concert thing with a string quartet playing Coldplay and Imagine Dragons music.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That sounds fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
Right on. Yeah, if you press E,
False, 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 false,
Yeah.
false.
that's what it gave you. Gave you the ability to say false. Congratulations.
I can make it say false a lot. The server's just like, what are you doing?
No, it's not doing anything.
Not even telling the
It's
servers?
just doing. No, see, it says false. It's coming back with, here's a print string of false. Good job. That's it. Nothing's actually happening.
I make
except for a
text
print
appear.
string.
I'm literally just standing here staring at the lights blinking in and out.
Pretty nice, huh?
It
Like a
kind
screensaver at times.
it kind of feels like space.
Yeah. I get that.
You know, it would be a good little gameplay loop.
That.
If you can link it where you go through a portal and there's another portal somewhere on the island, and you're trying to find it and just go back through it. And so you're essentially tying a buff to the character based on the element, and then you have to find that same elemental portal to leave. And we see if that'd be a simple little loop for us.
Well, you're hitting false because what it's not doing is making your portal delete. But that's what it's supposed to do. So the first ability it gives you is the ability to place your portal. It won't be active right away. You have to go find something to activate it. And that's our gameplay loop that I'm working on right now.
Got it. That makes sense. I concede my time.
I will pass the extra time. Back to Maple.
Now I'm giving this time to Lothar. He's not even here yet.
Ah, Lothar. You get the time.
Game over. So you've done a very good job with the underground.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And my daughter was running around down here earlier. It was so funny because she's the whole time, like, oh, whoa. It was very enjoyable. What do my buttons do? Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a good thing you can close that menu again, huh?
Yeah. Still have that urge to pause a game when I'm trying to do something. So if you're underground and I'm underground, would I see the little laser light things going around you from a distance?
I don't know. Haven't tested that yet.
We need to do that. We need to actually like go in it together.
Mm-hmm. Do you have your light on? Where you at?
I'm on top of a giant pillar. Rock.
Okay, I'm in some water.
My light is always on. The likelihood of us finding each other is very low at this point.
I mean, it's not looking good, but we'll see what happens.
I will go stand on one of the towers because that's easier to find than the giant rock.
I ran right into you in the middle of that one valley.
Yep, but I didn't even see you. Need a compass.
Down the road. It's on the list.
Alright, I'm in my tower. I feel like leaving this tower. I'm gonna go find another tower. Because that's how you find each other. You don't stay still, you keep moving.
I'm already over this tower. It's not going to help me. Yep, I'm in a different tower and you're not in it. So clearly, we're in the wrong towers.
Well, I'm not in that tower anymore. I'm swimming across to a different tower.
Okay, I want to see if I can find indications of if I should leave this tower or if we're similar looking. I don't think that looks good. Which side of you is the glow on?
Like the orb?
No, like in the water. One part of the water should kind of glow more. The angle the sun's coming from.
God, I don't know. It's behind me.
Okay. That might be going the right way. It should be. I don't know. I could see it working both ways. I'm excited to find out.
Find what out?
Yeah. If we see each other's lights on the ground.
Ah. I hope we do, because that'd be cool. You know, the coloring scheme is going to make merch much harder for people to want to get, right?
And we'll see. making a lot of assumptions right now. So I've got assumptions too, and all of it's pretty unsubstantiated. Let's just see what
I agree. I'm all for experiments.
happens.
We could make 2 versions of merch and let people vote by buying it.
That would imply I'd change it if they voted a different way. No guarantee your vote will count. If you agree with me, you'll get what you want.
I feel like we should avoid this topic. It's going too close to home with how politics seem to be working these days.
Hmm. Oh, that's cool.
What?
I'm in some moonlight from a hole in the floor. Or the roof.
Well, I'm just jealous.
Dun, dun, dun. Natural lighting on my character in the glow. What?
Delicious.
I'm in a field of green and blue. To be completely fair, I think about color all the freaking time. And some of the things I think would be really cool in the game, I then think of friends of mine that I know are colorblind and how they would not be able to enjoy that, unfortunately. Because I want to do so much fun stuff with color. Like, wouldn't it be cool if, as your health got lower, red became less saturated in the world? As your mana got lower, blue became less saturated in the world.
That could be really interesting.
It would be really rad.
Or really frustrating. I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't know. I think it could be done in a way that reads really well.
True.
I'm thinking it out, and it seems pretty fun. But at the same time, I would hate to build something that's like that gatekeepy over something so simple that is color.
Well, you could have it, the saturation tied to the color settings that people do for, because you want to let people choose those colors, right? So if someone
If you
chose,
can't see 3 different colors, then you can't use the system. Again, it goes back into the where it's going to require, like, there's got to be a backup customizable UI for more standard gameplay, which at the moment is not what I want to have fun designing. So it's kind of a dance back and forth. Then I'm like, well, if I just make the standard one, then why would I bother making some really cool one that half the people get and half the people are mad about? But, you know, it's art. We got to make some people mad.
By taping a banana to the wall.
Only if it says this is not a banana.
The banana was eaten by George.
And then I'll sell it all. I'll sell the banana, sell the not a banana sign.
And sell George.
And then sell George because it's inside him. He's got the banana still. Possession's 9/10 the law. So George, you're now for sale.
Turns out George is actually a stuffed animal.
That banana has gotten rotten. You should not have put that in a stuffed animal. Are you here? Are you here? Are you near this one?
I'm wandering. I got bored. I went in search of you.
I was looking for you, and then no, I just started wandering around in circles instead.
Is that not the way
more fun
that we find each other?
I don't know.
I'm
Like,
near a
it's
tower.
one of those things where we're probably chasing each other around or just going in completely the opposite direction without knowing it. But we'll never get to see this objective view where that's the funny thing that we're doing.
I'm near the water. I like the water, especially shallow water with lots of mushrooms.
Yeah, it looks neat.
Brings me joy.
Couple yellows on the side there. I don't know if I see that. So that means that it's next time. When we drop in, we gotta stick together.
It's easier said than done.
We could swim over. Let's just start from the island. Not even. Might make it easier. But pretty much just go through the portal and then wait, and we gotta find each other right next to where we drop. And then it'll be a lot easier to stick together.
That's fair.
I didn't look ahead, so I don't know where the automatic entrances to the underground are. Not sure.
Yes, I'm standing on a little statue. Jumping on.
Oh, a little statue.
I'm literally just running in circles.
Well, I found a much brighter, lively cavern than what I was in before.
Does it look closer to mine?
It's looking pretty good. You got a lot of yellows in the water there. Let's see, that seems like a pretty obvious signal. Do, 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 do. Should probably just go up here. A lot easier. Not here. Let's go that way. It'd be funny if I was going down one side that you were going up at the same time.
Would be very funny. And that side's boring. I don't like the boring side. Which is probably why I keep going in circles, because I love this little area.
Ah. Yeah, that's a good reason. This area seems pretty open for you to be in. Your area's a little closed off.
Got 1 minute to find each other. Actually, it's more like 2.
Yep. Will it happen?
No, I don't think it will. I think things are too big.
Well, it's tougher inside because line of sight's a lot shorter in here versus outside. That's I was able to see you because it was, you can see so much further. It's actually one of the more interesting parts of having to design the two spaces because they're very different in their considerations.
Lothar!
Oh, Lothar! Welcome, buddy.
Lothar yielded my time to you.
Yep, it's all yours.
Whatever that means.
It's a gift. Time is money, so I think he owes you money.
Oh, God.
Just like, damn it, why did I say that?
Jump on this flower. Jump on this flower. I did it. I'm standing.
Zoe, enough. You'll get fed, I promise. Mighty fungi area. Are you in this fungi area? No. A lot of red crystals around you. 30 seconds to go back to the lobby.
I know where you'll be in 30 seconds. I'm gonna find you.
This is the moment we go right into it. Oh man. Didn't make it. Couldn't find him. And then we joined so fast he didn't join.
I'm frozen.
No, you're not frozen. It's counting down, isn't it?
No.
No?
No, I'm here. No, it loaded in as soon as we were about to change.
Sweet. As long as you spawn, that's really the concern. Which you should, if you got this timer going.
I found you.
Down here.
I found you.
Aha. All right. Cool.
Okay, so let's go over these rooms. Let's walk people through them.
Okay.
Let's start with red.
It's Earth.
So this is Earth.
Yep.
No, we did not meet up. Just
No,
kidding. We're here right now. Look, we met up.
We waited until the level ended and said, "All right, now we're together."
So we have
The easy method.
this. So this is fire.
Wrong.
No, this is Earth.
Earth. Yeah.
This is fire.
Correct.
This is air.
Yeah.
This is water.
Right.
And this is grass.
Okay. This is the grass type Pokemon.
I'm assuming this is metal
Yep.
or spirit.
Yep.
Okay. So really the only one that's vaguely frustrating is those two.
I don't know if I can stand on your head, but I'm trying. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Chapow. Ooh, he's the Fire Reed Guild. Fire is Reed Guild. It's solidified now. The Fire is Reed Guild.
Hey, let's go in the fire. Oh, I missed it. I went in Earth
That's the
instead.
Earth.
I was trying to go like edging past it and then run over to the fire one. Instead, I went.
Yeah, I think the collision sticks out way further than I expected it to.
I see you. Okay. This way.
Whee!
360 no scope.
Whee! Ollie. Woohoo!
All right, Tony Hawk.
See that rail?
No,
Uh-oh. I think you led us astray.
no.
Generating a lot of like little beach areas like this that end up being completely closed off.
Hmm.
Pretty cool.
I don't like this type of swimming
What do you mean?
because it's so hard to see where, like, that you're even moving. So it just feels like I'm treading water.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of the intention of this kind of swimming.
I know.
Like, it's gonna cost you enough to, like, obviously you can't breathe this long. So it's got to be a build option to be able to go this far.
False,
means
false, false,
commitment.
false, false, false.
That's right. All the falses.
False. No sharks are in this game.
Not yet.
Not ever.
You don't want a shark?
But that would be called,
Sharks are so sweet.
why would we call it a shark? We're in a magical
They're like
world. Let's make some sort of
puppy
magical
dog.
shark thing.
Puppy dogs and kitty cats of the sea.
Don't want puppy dogs or kitty cats in this game either.
No, we got shark.
Don't want sharks. Everything has to be magical and over the top and weird.
Okay, we'll just call it Jaws.
There we go. I'm fine with that. Can it have like
Dun-it,
6 fins?
dun-it, 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 dun-it. Only if it eats you whole.
I'm fine with that. 6 fins, 2 tail fins,
Instant death.
and it can shoot fireballs out of its eyes.
Red ones.
Red ones, yeah. Definitely red
Players
ones.
get yellow ones.
Yeah. He gets red ones, and I only work underwater.
They're now the mascot of Maple's guild of red. Fire is red.
Underground? I can't tell.
Well, we could have been checking against the edge of this mountain the whole time.
I see things.
Where I am?
I'm assuming you've been following me.
Yeah, I'm like right below you. But
Perfect.
if you look down, you'd be able to see if you can see my light.
I don't even see you. Let's get on land so I can find you better.
Did I get ahead of you? Where'd you go? Okay. I may have. Did I lose you at some point? Oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are. Okay. So turn your light off.
Nope. It's on the client side, so you only see it. I only see it.
Oh.
But that's part of the fun. It's not all. It wasn't supposed to tell you where other players were more easily.
I've already lost you.
I'm right behind you.
I'm so bad at finding you.
Oh.
I was like,
You turn left, then you turn right, and then you're like, well, I don't know where he went. It's like every time I would put a secret entrance in Minecraft and then tell Junie the mechanic, my daughter, the mechanic, like throw an object at the right square. When she goes running around in circles, she would inevitably miss the one square she had to hit. but like repeatedly. Like almost she knew which square it was and forcefully avoided it.
hey,
It's the only one
Manly.
she wouldn't hit. Hey, Manly.
Thanks for the sub. And
thank you so much, buddy.
20 months.
How you doing this week? It's going well. It's going well.
I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah. Friday.
It was a very Pokemon-filled week. I had normal Pokemon League on Sunday, then there was a tournament on Tuesday, then it was Pokemon Day on Thursday.
So much Pokemon. Woo! We conquered a tower together.
Woohoo!
We did it. Oh, I did some other stuff with a couple other actors upstairs too.
I know. I was wanting to. I've been trying to find my way back upstairs. I didn't know you did anything now. I wish you could push them
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, there's quite a bit. No, I was trying to throw him into a portal. It didn't work.
False.
Haven't made it so I can push him yet. It'll be a power only on my account though. I can push.
I'll figure it out. Hacked client.
Who was the first person to pirate your game? Well, it was my business partner. Wait.
He cracked your client. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an interesting business model we made.
You have a name.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Nice and close.
And fire is yellow.
Welcome. Welcome to the hot debate.
Earth is red.
Yeah.
Metal is green.
Yep.
Water's blue. Air is light blue.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Metal also represents spirit, so it can be forgiven that it's green. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, what else do plants get from everything else around them? But life itself.
They are the life givers. Apart from the sun.
That yellow thing? The yellow fiery thing?
Yeah. You're currently watching us swim underneath the island so we can get back to the surface because we don't know where the cave entrance is. And since we don't have to breathe.
Since we currently get to swim forever, it's our lazy way of getting around.
Talk to me like a cam, I mean noob. So we were underground looking at all the fun lights. And now you get to just watch us swim.
It's a delightful treat. It's outside. We're outside.
I see a tree!
Yeah. Thanks. I didn't put a bathroom in the world yet, so my character came ready with his brown pants. in space to fill. She's been doing that for the last half hour.
No.
It's like, I want my dinner. I want my dinner, she says.
Cha! Right in your face.
Ah!
No. Stop.
Alright, so we're looking for some new things. The lighting got fixed from last week.
No.
Yeah, that was. I think I did that like after we logged out. It was the funniest thing because days later, after doing a bunch of other weird portal stuff, I went to check the lighting. I'm like, oh, it's working. Oh, I must have done that.
No.
I still sometimes get stuck on rocks when I try and climb them.
Yeah,
No. No.
there might be a good reason why climbing's not in a lot of games. Because when the server has to keep up, it might not be that easy. But you can recover pretty quickly, right?
Yep.
There is a day and night cycle. It's currently daytime. And the day and night cycle is based on the time of year. So the days are sometimes longer than others. Or nights are longer than others.
So it's based on the time of year for us?
Real time of year.
Yeah, which hemisphere?
To be discovered?
Okay.
I chose pretty specific stuff. Yeah, like Manly said. Correct one. I won't say which one that is, though.
Sorry, Sefi.
All right. Where are we? What do we got nearby? We got anything over here? See anything right now?
I see Pride Rock.
We need to get higher. Ooh, it's gonna be hard to get. Oh, there we go. That side. Oop, I didn't stop long enough. All of it. All of the train you can go on. Map. It's an open map, but the terrain changes every match. No, I want 1,000 questions. These other guys have already asked their questions, so now it's Manly's turn. Lothar, do you concede your time to Manly? It's now our new thing. Time is being conceded all the time. We don't know why, and we don't know if there's a limit, but that's how it works. Go up that rock. Get me. Oh man, underclimb. 45 minutes. So you drop into the world and you'll want to collect stuff and get out before the timer goes off. Because if you don't, then you lose, quote unquote lose. So each time the game loads, it'll be a different map that you can go to or go through. Quite large. Yeah, it's not. I mean, I've been working on this for a while, and Vault Hunters was one of the last large endeavors we had going on while Jeff and I were working on this. So there is some inspiration, mostly because of the randomness.
What does one do with said resources?
Aha, that is the fun question. Lots of things, primarily craft weapons. Wonderful, wonderful weapons. The resources of the plane can't leave the plane, but if you were to craft something a bit more tangible, like a weapon, then that could actually keep the magical energy. And becomes a thing. I might need to take this loco out. That's right.
But nighttime comes with its own threats,
Yes.
like PvP.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the large leverage of the game comes down to like I'm building all the mechanics in a way that makes sure that when you work with another player is where you really start to build leverage on what you're doing. I just jumped off the other side of the rock. So, for instance, when you go through the portal in the beginning, you're limited to a specific spell type, and if you have an ally, then of course you have 2 spells that gives you a lot more versatility on how you interact with the world in some different ways. So the name of the game is Cooperation. It's not the name of the game. The name is Season of Spells, but cooperation is an important element of the game. Not important enough to be a portal of its own.
Such a bad joke.
Oh, I found the tree. Yeah, it was terrible. But I'm gonna take my dog out real quick, so give me a second, Jeff and fans. BRB.
I'll still be here. And remember, everything that the light touches is ours. You can't troll Elysion unless you want to put a bunch of fire emojis in the chat. Just regular fire. No, that was my daughter. Sean lives at the other end of the country. I don't get to see him. Sean's gone from his computer. Must be at my house. And my daughter's doing her classic bedtime routine of stall. But that's okay. I don't mind the extra hugs. That shouldn't be hard not to convince yourself. Well, it's PGA 2K5. I used to play a lot of the golf games back in the day, so I understand. They can be very fun. I retired when I got the one on the Wii, and my first shot was a hole-in-one, and I'm like, all right, I'm retired from these games forever. Can't ever do better than that. Exactly. Look, it's an earth crystal. Yeah, they're in underground or like overhangs or things like that. There'll be a mineable thing, so we can gather it for resources.
Your call, baby. All right. All right.
Heck is
You really wanted to put me on build a box around me? Minecraft style?
this one piece of bamboo is so much brighter than the rest.
Oh. Maybe it's secret bamboo.
Interesting. I told them that if they really wanted to troll you, they should just put little fire emojis in the chat.
Yeah?
But they didn't. Means they're happy with the fire choice.
They might have put the emoji up and saw there was a lot of yellow in it. Draw fire without yellow. I'm just saying. Just saying. She's got my back.
You're being paged.
No, she's correcting Manly. He didn't specify.
Oh, look at purple fire.
Purple. Now no one's winning the argument.
I'm fine with purple fire.
Everyone's on board with the totally random color.
When it comes to casting, I don't know how hard it would be to do this, but I would love it if it was just like a cosmetic choice that you could make as your wizard. The colors of whatever element you're using doesn't matter. Because
Yeah.
wouldn't that be cool?
I mean, that would make more sense. What's that?
You're in like a huge, crazy magical plane, right?
Yeah.
Why not have the ability to choose the color of whatever spell you're casting? It defaults to yellow, of course, naturally, as it should.
As it should, thankfully. Thankfully, you're understanding how this is working.
But letting you
Big
choose
ol' rock.
all of that would be perfect. Oh yeah, of course, personality test. That's the best way to do it. Let's not use any other type of customization. All things are based on personality test.
No. The counter. It is the personality test.
Mm.
Oh, you chose purple fire. Mm-hmm. I know what Freud would say about you.
And then pretty soon businesses will require you to make a character in our game.
Yeah.
So
You have to play the first 10 hours before you can get through training.
it's part of your onboarding experience. Just so they can know what colors you selected.
Yes. He's a perfect candidate for our team on the front lines. He chose yellow fire. I love him.
Oh no, that's engineering.
Engineering.
What flavor zebra would you be? Chocolate, of course.
Obviously, chocolate?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No. I was gonna go strawberry.
Oh, that's a pretty good choice too. I had a strawberry Oreo milkshake the other day and it was divine.
Divine. Are you the boy who bred Divine?
No, it made me so happy.
Yeah, fruit stripes. I knew where you were going with that. We got some not long ago and they were awful. As a kid, it was so much more exciting how much flavor you got. But they burn out so fast.
It's night at PvP time. All right, we'll find each other and fight.
Where is he? I'm gonna kill him. Earlier, so
False.
I was helping my daughter find her way into the cave because she was trying to figure out how to get in there. And within 3 seconds of walking into the cave and seeing it light up, she goes, "Now, how do I shoot a fireball?"
That sounds about right.
We had talked about how you were going to shoot fireballs at one point, but yeah, she finally got to the cave and immediately wanted to fire fireballs. Yep, now it's time for the next thing. I said, "Push that button," and it said false. And she goes, "It's not giving me a fireball."
It's like,
You
I
can't.
don't care that it says false. You're like, but it says false. Look, it's good. It's good.
Yep, that's it. That's a fireball. It's telling you there's no color right now. What color is it? False. There is none.
False. Mine looks like it's air. But I chose Earth.
I think I have. Yeah, I went through with you.
I got stuck for a while there.
You
Infinite
coming
fall.
to kill me?
I'm trying to. Just turn
Yeah,
my
yeah,
light
yeah.
off so you don't see me coming.
And now you've made it interesting. Into the darkness we go. Server, agree. There you go.
False. You gave me a
Don't know
button
what's
that
gonna
says that just says false. I love it.
I'll give you 3 more buttons that do very little things. Actually, press L.
What should L do?
Good luck. I just cursed you.
I think I pushed it too many times. Everything's fine.
Is it? Push K then.
You already showed me the camera inversions last week.
But you so far didn't seem like you remembered, so I was really hoping you would just fall for it. And I know my secret. What's yours?
Press K.
Ooh, good secret.
Bowie, quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Jeff can't find me. Got my light on to taunt him. Go
Marco.
up there? No. Where do I want to go? I want to go up something.
Marco.
Polo.
That helps. Thank you.
It's always one of those things. I'm like, oh, maybe I should check and see where everything is before the stream, so I have an idea. Nah, I don't care. I don't want to do that. I want to wander around. It's way more fun. I know that there is a shop in a fairly dense forest. Give you that little tidbit.
I want to go to a shop. False, false,
Yeah.
false, false. It's saying no. I don't want to go
Not
to
the shop button. Try again.
So what we think in like 4 weeks till we can try and get someone else in here?
Yeah, probably. That's right on track with what I'm thinking. Mainly, he called it. Standard shotgun rules. He's in sight of the game when he called it. Well done, sir. I'm kidding, guys. We're going to need lots of players. I anticipate 80 players. So, you're all in. All 8 of you.
There's the link.
so confusing. How do I work this?
I think I'm funny. But I know I'm not. Does anyone get the joke?
I don't. How do I use the copy button?
When you do an invite to a server and you're streaming, it hides it. So people can't, in case you accidentally show it on stream. And
Oh.
when you hit the copy button, though, it copies the text in the field beside it. So it just says hidden, use copy button. But if you use the copy button, it doesn't work.
Okay, so don't use the copy button.
No, you have to disable streamer mode and then use the copy button.
Excellent.
So it's funny.
Where are you?
I'm in a dense forest near a shop.
Oh.
Shh, don't tell him anyone.
Found it.
How high up would said shop be?
I think it's on the flatter section
Okay.
up above. So prior to it turning into mountainous areas. Whoa. Yeah.
That's the actual link to the Discord if you want to be able to play the game.
Yeah.
You got to be in that Discord.
That's where we're gonna be doing all that stuff. I was working out today some of my plans for a solid feedback loop on a like devlog, so I can start updating the Discord. I put a lot of time into on it, so should have plenty to say and show off from time to time.
It's also where Sean will post screenshots to tease everyone of the stream.
Yeah. Yeah. So remember we were talking before about like putting stuff on the starter island for you to go find? It's gonna go in the Discord. Or
Got to make a role that I'm not part of. I don't know if you can because I'm the owner of the Discord server. So I'm pretty sure
no,
I
I
can.
want you to see the goals. I think you've been wandering blind long enough. We can start showing you what it is you're looking for.
Yeah, because I think you've learned I'll just walk right past it and not even know it exists.
Yeah. There's Yep. I have some other considerations for some of the points. Like a lot of them are, I don't want to say a lot of them. Some of them are nowhere near what they're going to end up being, like in their current state. They're more of a placeholder. So there's not a lot of attention drawn to. I'm thinking of one in particular at the moment, which is just like a board. So it's really hard to see, but that's not what it's meant to be in the end. It's going to be a much larger point. So as those change, you'll be able to start seeing screenshots of things you can look for, and it'll make it more interesting for you to go run around.
I
Oh,
like it.
I want to find that thing because I saw one once on a Tuesday.
Just like the giant tree that I see right now.
Yeah. So we're meeting at the tree. See you at the tree at 3.
3 minutes remaining.
Well, that was, but I was being vague, so it sounded like at the schoolyard. Kind of worked out. Little double meaning there. Woo. Woo.
How'd you get a horse?
Oh, you didn't hit the horse button?
No, it just keeps saying false.
Yeah, your horse isn't working. What can I tell you?
How
I
to
guess
tell
you haven't gone out and tamed one yet.
how to tell that you're a dad without saying you're a dad.
I think everything I do says I'm a dad.
Not everything.
Mm. All right. I'll believe you someday.
I am yawning a lot. I'm sorry.
Sure, I'm just dad to the bone.
I'm just dad. It's my birthday on Monday.
But you're looking good in the bow tie. You're looking good in the bow tie.
Why, thank you. Bonsai to the bottom. Nope, I'm just standing on the leaves. Okay.
Welcome to the treehouse.
Meow. But I want to go down. You don't own me, tree.
If it's holding you, it might.
Nope, it's not holding me. I'm free.
It's decided to let you go. It must really love you.
Well, you know me and
Hopefully you
trees.
come back. Doop, 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 doop.
Do you know where you're going? Do you know where the tree is?
I think I'm still heading in the same direction as the tree. I saw it earlier. It's not what I was looking for, but I do know it was the one thing I noticed. So I was heading towards that direction.
The tree scares me sometimes. The leaves just come out of nowhere, out of the rock, and I'm like, oh god!
Yeah. I was dancing back and forth with whether or not you'd be able to see the health bar tonight, because I knew if it was on screen, you'd worry that there would be something to get you. I really didn't want to disappoint you. So I'd rather have something to get you when you have a health bar.
I look forward to the day that I get jump scared. Oh my god, I can see the underground, but I can't get to it. That's so taunting. Oh my god. What if I climb up and over? Will that help? It might.
Manly says, you hear a creeper behind you.
I want in there.
So close.
And my light is just not bright enough for me to find my way around.
Nighttime, baby. No, because keep in mind, at this point of the game, the light's really going to be showing everyone else where you are.
Yep. Well, I understand the design decision behind it. Which is why you want to be able to throw your light.
Mm-hmm.
Set up traps for unsuspecting people.
Mm. Yeah.
So we're gonna get like an odd job situation here with because if I make my character short, I'll have an advantage.
Yeah.
Then I might have been able to fit through that hole.
Mm-hmm.
This top hat's ruining my life.
Not the top hat. They found that to be an issue in Overwatch. They were adding a bunch of skins, and they added I think it's a Medusa skin for Black Widow or Widowmaker. She's a sniper, but unfortunately, the snakes make so much noise she no longer can hear footsteps when people are around her and she's looking down the scope. Or I forget who it was, but somebody had like fins on their head, and the fins, when they were crouched down, stuck up over most of the barriers and allowed them to extend their hitbox. So they were able to get hit with headshots a lot easier.
That's funny. And probably very frustrating for those players.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they spent real money to get them. A lot of them are like loot box things.
Mm.
Some reward. It makes your gameplay harder.
Some people want that though.
But it should come with that disclaimer when you go to buy it.
Nah. Who needs
Oh,
disclaimers?
you want to buy this skin? By the way, you won't be able to hear people walk by you. People might care.
Who plays with sound on?
Really dedicated snipers?
No.
Definitely. See, I can just say guarantees as well. Absolutes as well. Enough people to complain about it, that's for sure.
All right. I am a person that does play with sound on.
Depends on if you want to get super immersed or not, right?
Maple changed his name in the Discord to Fire is Red.
Yes. All right. I like it. He's making a stand.
Made you a Discord channel called Fire is Color.
Where we discuss colors and mostly fire.
So have you still hidden
Alright.
something on this starting island?
Have I?
I don't know.
I don't know. No, I don't think there's anything hidden on here right now. Underneath, I think there's some gemstones. I wouldn't recommend trying to get them because you're swimming.
Oh, I can't hit. Oh no, I can't hit false. It came in. It was just slow. I got all
It
excited for a
wasn't slow,
second.
you weren't hitting the ground.
No, I haven't gone through a portal yet. I can still hit false.
Aim it too high and it won't go off.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's working now. It was working off of a trace at one point. Oh, I changed something in trying to get it working.
What are you trying to get working?
When I was trying to get that working.
I know, but I can hit false and I'm not in a portal.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? Are we... No, our character should have died. I don't know. It's not doing anything, so...
Feeling metal today.
Grass? It's going for bug type, guys.
You got mad at me for confusing the system.
That's why I'm doing it more. All right. I'm going to head upward. I'm going to get some vision on this land. Where'd that mountain go? You see a mountain? I saw a mountain.
I did at one point.
Do, 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 do. Going up this rock, gonna check out the surroundings. Do, 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 do. Whoa. There's the mountain. Okay. See the mountain. Should give me a lot of visibility. Since I don't see anything else, I'm heading to the mountain.
Which mountain?
The big one. Turn.
Ah.
Yeah, that one. I feel like we're... Yeah. Oh, there you are. Hi, buddy. How's it going?
Where are you?
Turn a little bit more. There you go.
Oh, hi.
Right in front of me. I was like, that perspective looks very similar to mine. Are we near each other? Yeah, sure enough. There you are. But I'm gonna hit these big rocks each of the big rocks on the way. Just in case I can see something else. Ooh, I see the obelisk.
Found the obelisk.
Found an obelisk. Yeah, you can probably see it from where you are. Look towards the water gap between the you and the mountain.
I
I
don't
think
see
it's
it.
just behind those trees. For you.
I'm making a run for it.
He's going. He's running. For the obelisk or the mountain? The tree. Or something else.
All of the above.
Oh, baby. He's got goals. Aw, fell off the rock. Alright, I don't like that rock. We're going to try another one.
Can we get there?
There it is. The obelisk in the distance. Dun, dun, dun.
I fell into a hole.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Anything good down there? Scorpions?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, okay. It's all like shaded and misty down there. I'm up here in the light, in the sun. Yep, we're gonna have to climb up on that side. Oh, there's the tree. It's between the two little mountains. Okay. On the other side of the map. Not where we're headed. I'm gonna go straight through that ravine. See how that goes. Whee!
I'm excited
Yeah, what for?
because this week is another busy week, but meeting with a mortgage advisor.
Ooh,
So that's always
delightful.
a fun one.
Yeah. Getting ready to go and start looking at places?
Yeah.
Right on.
So that's gonna be an exciting time. Then,
Yeah.
I mean, it's my birthday this week. That's also exciting.
Oh, totally true.
I found the obelisk. That's also exciting.
Ooh.
Is it climbable now, though? That's the big question.
Oh, I don't think I changed anything on it. So
Nope, I still
probably not.
can't climb the obelisk. Just want to impale
Did you
myself
say
on
you
the top.
like that?
Yeah, I do. It doesn't look like it's something you should be able to climb. What else is happening this week?
Which is probably why I didn't change it. He said he liked it. All right, we're gonna keep it that way. First week of March.
Yeah, it's arguably the best week of the year.
Arguable for sure. Oh man, I'm getting close to the mountain. This is kind of weird down here. I like it. Be cool if something showed up down here. What is it? What is in here? Anything? What's that? Nothing? Something? Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, that looks cool. All right.
What'd you
Found
find?
that. Big mountainside.
Oh,
It's like, it's all really well broken up in here though. Like it's generated in a really interesting way.
I like that. So, what about the game right now do you wish you could change?
I don't think I've left anything in place I want to change yet.
Perfect.
Done. Like there's a lot that's not refined,
Of course.
but that's because other things need to get in place to dial it in.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's all I've got so far. I mean, the main thing I want to change is the character. I want to get the character into the new updated version. Pretty sure I know what to do, so that's what I'm going to start with Sunday morning.
Makes sense.
One over there. Because everything else is coming out nice and clean in a way I like. There's still the light spell stuff, but that hasn't even gotten readjusted into the ability system yet. Mainly because I got the first ability isn't working yet, so I gotta perfect that, and then I can
That
start
makes
making more.
sense.
But every now and then I see something that it kind of just clicks on. You know, there's a easy way to fix this. For example, yesterday I was noticing that when you float idly in the water near the surface, the character would start to float. He would wade, like he would do his like wading animation. Basically where his hips were at the water line.
Okay.
So that was silly. And then I was like, oh well, what if I just change the import like Z position of the animation? Yeah, I fixed it. It was just the animation was too high. So yeah, I don't know. I quickly iterate on a lot of little things. So there's not a
Got it.
lot that I would say is in a particularly unliked space. Is there anything in here that you find to change really quickly?
No, not at the moment. I usually tell you when I find things. I was just curious if there's like this burning desire to adjust something that you haven't been able to do yet.
I think the biggest one was the world, but that was a couple weeks ago. I finally got to start adjusting that once we got you connected.
Yeah.
So there's a lot. I do want to add a lot of variety to that stuff, but for the most part, right now, I'm getting the templates of things in that I like, so that when it comes to adding the variety, it is more of a sort of pump it out kind of effort. Yeah. So far, so good.
Those cliffs over there look like they're from Legend of Zelda.
Oh, those because the peaks,
Yeah,
the
the
Twin
Twin
Peaks
Peak.
cliff. Yeah, that's cool. I like it.
That'd be so nice if Sean just like put that in there. Suddenly you look and boom, Ruin City.
Yeah. It is really neat when you guys say things that I'm like, got that on the like I was telling my wife earlier, it's funny that there's so many things I at times where you kind of get shocked. You're like, wow, you added so much this week. And sometimes the thing that I did with whatever you notice is like, 20 minutes, because it was really just tying a bunch of threads that I had been working on for a while.
Yeah.
Just didn't come to an actual rendering phase. And then so it's funny how that works out.
It is. And then you spend like probably countless hours adding one thing and then I don't even see it.
Yep. There's a lot of time this week that doesn't directly tie to anything on screen. But then there's quite a bit of other stuff that's super cool. Like, I'm really enjoying how the underground's working. There's a tower. Found a tower. Found it. What I wanted to see.
You found a tower.
Yeah.
Where?
It's across the ravine from the mountain. Wall are you going up? I feel like we're super close to each other.
We must be. Can you see the Twin Peaks?
Yeah, they're pretty much at my back. Yeah, so you're off to the left of me.
Oh, I see the tower. I see the tower down there now.
We just pop out on the corner at each other. They think you're like right up there. Keep an eye on that edge. I think that's the edge I'm gonna come up over. Nope, not quite. Not the same one. All right, close.
I'm on the top.
Very close.
This mountain is mine. Get off it. I claim it in the name of, I don't know. Fire is red.
Fire is red has claimed this mountain. Oh, okay. I was a couple false summits away.
Yes.
I will take this lower tier.
Oh, I see another.
Oh, is there another tower over there?
Yeah.
So there's two in that direction?
There's one there, and then there's one over this way.
Oh, is that the other direction? The opposite side?
It's like a 90-degree.
I think I see the third tower. It's just beyond the first one we found. Like, well, it's on the other side of the area.
Yeah, so you see that one's there, and then the other one's just over there. Are there 3 towers in this map?
Yeah, there should be.
The towers are easy to find. From a
Yeah, I have plans to make other things easy to find as well. Because I like the way the towers are working. They are also, at times, they end up inside the forest to a point that if you're not above them, you won't notice them.
Yep.
Kind of nice.
We've had that happen before.
So, I'm, as I was saying, the trade stall is currently in like a forested area. Even when you're standing next to it, it's hard to see at the moment. Because like the forest is packed in around it. So that's one of those little areas that I have some interesting ideas to test out for making them a bit more obvious.
This looks like a place to battle a dragon.
Where else would you want to battle a dragon? But on top of a mountain. They're like, I worked so hard to climb up here. And then the dragon's like, yeah, well, get out.
Oh, I found the third tower, I think. Or is that the same as the other one? There's one there. I think that might be the same one. Yeah, it's the same one.
I'm going to push you off.
No! You'll never take me alive!
Well, that worked. I actually couldn't push you off unless you let me, and it worked.
You told me there's a trade
funny,
stall in
but-
the dense forest, so I see 2 dense forests.
I'm going to the dense forest. I'm headed to the tower.
Okay. Been there, done that.
'Cause- Oh, no, you haven't.
Shh.
They have changed, good sir.
Oh, I know. I figured they have when you're trying to find them, so. Nah.
Woohoo!
Does it
Okay,
matter
good thing
which
I
type
didn't
of
give you
dense
all
forest for
damage
the trade stall?
The one I found was in a pine forest.
Okay. Right as nighttime approaches, that's going to be
Perfect.
the best time to go
Twice
searching in
difficult.
in the dense woods for something.
Yes. Right when the wolves come out. Well,
Do You're gonna give me a heart attack. I can tell.
Measure the success of your game on how many heart attacks per year you cause. Did I walk past it? Where am I? How did I get here? Try this rock. I think I'm really close. Dun, 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 dun.
Got nothing. That's a bamboo forest. It's not gonna be in there.
I mean, one of the other ones might be. I don't know.
Fine, I'll go
I don't
look
know
in the
where the one
bamboo
went.
forest. So annoying to traverse, though. Just need a sword to chop them all down.
Well, Booey, where did the tower go? Rock's not tall enough to see it anymore. That's going that way. That's the mountain. So yeah, must be over there.
I'd laugh if I somehow made it to a tower before you. Not even trying to go to a tower.
Exactly. It'd be interesting.
I found a crystal.
Nice.
So are the crystals elemental crystals?
No.
No. Are the
They're,
colors of any significance?
They'll have a significance of the color in an additive color sort of way.
Interesting.
Yes. Yes.
So like if I wanted my fireball to be red, I could use red crystals.
Maybe. Maybe it's the crystals. Maybe it's not.
Maybe.
I don't know. We've only just come up with this colored fire scenario today. So we're going to have to put it on the board. The whiteboard behind me
Yep. Consider it boarded.
for things. Uh-oh. I've gotten stuck. Okay, no, we're good. Get out of there. It's a pit. It's a pit. That's where you put your light at for PvPers to get stuck. It's working. There we go. We're out. We're free.
I'm in extremely dense woods, and there's no way I will find anything unless I walk into it.
Exactly. So I'm heading to a tower. A lot easier to see.
Well, it's nighttime now.
Zoe, leave it, baby. Breathe, girl. The funny part about Maple saying he's waiting to see a ruined city is that was the same thing you said about an obelisk.
It is.
that made them appear.
Suddenly an obelisk.
I'm coming around a corner. I expect an obelisk. All right, obelisk it is. So give me a couple weeks. Ruined City it is. All right, where are you at, tower? There it is. I saw the point. Let's go. Maybe that's what I'll do before I can guarantee I've gotten enough built out to do any AI that could hurt you. When I do add health bars, a very specific height will kill you. But only that one.
That would be so
It's
funny.
always a roulette game of whether or not you're going to survive the fall.
You have to seed the height too, so it changes.
Yep.
Every time you jump, it's a different height.
Yeah.
Might
Just
just
randomized it. Like, will I survive this jump? Ooh, it came up with a very low number. Well, that didn't work out. Trees inside of it. All right, all right. Something's not telling it where to go. Oh, oh, there's all kinds of trees inside. Dang it.
went to a bad tower.
Did I change something? Interesting. I mean, it does add something to the tower, having a bunch of trees on the inside too, but not what I was going for. Also really large. Oh, my points are probably growing again. Check on that. All right, trees. I don't like that you're in here. There you go. That's something I gotta fix. That's something I don't like. Shouldn't be trees inside.
So it's a really funny thing. I've been going through the forest and I found a tower.
And what?
I found one of the towers.
Yeah?
I was like, I'm gonna climb this rock and see if there's a tower nearby. It's like literally beside me.
Nice.
Can I go in it though?
Wait, you're at the same tower I'm at?
No way.
Yeah, I just watched you go inside.
Huh.
Like that we ran to the same tower.
I've gone up the stairs. It's at the top of the tower. Ooh, look, shelves. Bookshelves are in here. Go up further. Is there more to the tower?
Kind of hard to tell with the trees.
I feel like the bookshelves are a staircase. No, doesn't look like there's anywhere else to go. Right?
Yeah.
It's like a little library at the top of the tower. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a crystal in the middle of the tower. And what is this? What is this, Sean?
Ooh, what is that?
Press E. Or press Q.
Press E, press Q, press E, press Q. Something happened. False. Dang it.
IA lock. What's that do? Hostile.
Ooh, what'd you hit?
Something said hostile in the top corner.
Nice.
But it's IA, not AI, so it's fine. We're fine. We're not gonna die.
Yeah, don't worry. The IA is locked onto you, but we don't know what that is, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's locked on and it's hostile.
It's become hostile, so good luck.
Is it you? Are you the IA?
I'm the hostile.
Ah!
Ooh, nice little ledge you found there.
Why, thank you. If you're gonna add a ruined city, it should be fairly large.
Yeah, I agree.
Like something worth exploring or would have attract many players to it.
Mm-hmm. I have a plan for how I want that to play out.
Perfect.
And it'll be quite interesting.
I like the
But
idea
yes,
a lot.
Yeah, I want to have, because that was one of the things, like, I love Greek mythology. So, like, the Labyrinth and the Minotaur have always been one of my favorite things. I think the way D&D does Minotaurs with their Labyrinth spell is really incredible. Like, adds a much more interesting layer to the Minotaur. Being like a planar thing, you know.
Yeah.
So I really do want a labyrinthian. What's the word? Labyrinthian kind of ruined city, labyrinthian, something like that. To get that feeling, right? So that you have that densely packed, tightly knit, very confusing location that's full of stuff and interest. Powerful things, scary stuff, all the in-betweens.
And only spawns when there's enough flat ground for it to spawn.
Something like that.
There we go. Oof. What's going on?
Hmm?
What's going on?
Oh, just my ladies being adorable.
Ah.
As they do. Junie just got home. She was with her cousins and her grandparents. Oh, have you gone looking for coral yet? I gotta make that light up too. I forgot. That was something I wanted to add in underground too.
I've not gone looking for coral because I didn't know it even existed.
Oh yeah. Take a look on the outside of some of the beach, and you'll notice that there's quite the array of coral.
You made me jump down.
That was actually something I was looking at earlier, because I've been working so much on getting things underground to glow. And there's a lot of little areas that I want to add glow on the outside, so that it's more of a planar cohesive thing, not a this area is where you need to be able to see better. What is that? It's fun when I would go, what is that?
I mean, I did turn the IA on.
It's not turning anything on. IA stands for input action. I found roots.
So I have a hostile input action.
Yeah, it was early when I mapped out things. I had hooked up print strings to everything so that I could make sure all the buttons were working. The button that you're hitting for hostile and the button you're hitting for lock are not going to be those buttons.
Thank God.
At this point. Yeah, no, they're in a. I've got a
It's CNX, if anyone's wondering.
It's CNX. I didn't. Yeah, just like the K and the L button. These are not long-term buttons to be used. It's more of a debugging as we go to make sure things are still connecting. But I've been organizing a lot of stuff around when you would go hostile, and when you would appear hostile. So I'm really looking forward to showing you that when we have it, hopefully in the next week or two.
So in the next week or two, I can go hostile, is what you're telling me.
I hope so. Well, I want to say yes, but then I realize that I probably need to. Yeah, I could probably get there.
Even if you give me like the weakest force push type thing in the world, and that's how I punch, that is me going hostile. So, you can make it.
Well, okay, so for clarity's sake, when I say going hostile, I mean drawing your weapon. So like equipping your weapon is where you're actively showing that you're going hostile. It's meant to be a sort of an act of war in the game.
Okay.
Active engagement, right? So like it's pretty easy if someone comes after you for you to like turn and run away. It's very obvious. You're not looking for a fight. This person doesn't want to.
Got it.
So that's kind of the idea, is that you draw your weapon, you go hostile. I do anticipate you'll be able to do a spell prior to having weapons in the game. So technically, both versions of hostile will be met at some point, but your version is definitely sooner.
Perfection.
That was the
Nothing better
the
than going
moment-
hostile when no one's expecting it.
at the moment when you go and hit this E button and get false, what we're supposed to be doing is picking our location for where our portal is going to go, and after that, you'll have a elemental cantrip that takes that spot, because obviously you don't keep placing the portal.
I have an
So-
idea for a light source inside of the woods,
Yeah.
making like
Got-
little magic wells that have elemental essence in them, so they glow different colors.
I mean, all right.
It's pretty obvious. Ooh, what'd I find? What is this?
Technically, they're already.
I found
in
a
the
stall.
game,
I
there's
found a
just nothing
stall.
in them. He did it. He did it.
E. Oh,
Look at that. Look at you go.
Q. Q. X. I'm going hostile in the stall. Can I
You
do
and me, stall, going toe to toe.
Can I do anything with the stall, or does it just exist?
It just exists at the moment. I have not tweaked those yet. There's layers for those to be useful.
But mission accomplished. Found the stall.
Yeah, you did. That's most impressive. Give you a Star Wars quote on that one.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
So that means in one run I found a wizard's tower. I found, well, technically two. I call them wizard's tower. They're not wizard's towers. They're just towers.
They are wizard stars.
Okay, so I found wizard's tower.
Your,
I found an
in
obelisk.
the live game, your character will wave out the window.
Hopefully not this.
With his top hat and all.
Hopefully not this psycho.
No, you'll have to create 3 characters, and I'll use different ones for each tower.
Gladly.
That's actually, you want to hear something fun?
Yes.
Because we've talked a little bit about the bounty system. One thing that I'm going to make sure of is that the bounty system between, like, as things are carried between matches, it's going to be passing the URL. So you absolutely could change your skin and make it more difficult for the game to recognize, and that because obviously players would have a harder time recognizing it. They're looking for a different character, but it would also make it so that the computer has a harder time recognizing.
I like that.
So if you really want to stay devious, there's ways you can go to try and stay more devious.
I like it because it gives a mechanic to changing your appearance and stuff.
Yeah.
That's always fun. Okay, I'll be right back while this match starts.
Okay. Moi aussi. Ruined city. Yep. Looking forward to that one. Hide from Jeff. Should work out well. Stay in the tree. There we go. Stay right there. There we go. Our first attempt at a jump scare.
Just monkeying around.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Boo! Ha! No? No jump scare on that one? All right.
Clearly was
Attempt
looking
number
at
one
you.
failed. I'll try it again in the future. I was watching from your screen to see if I could hide in this tree. I was like, all right, my knee sticks out, but let's see if this works.
The one time I actually pay attention to my surroundings.
Of course. It's like you know. Because you do know.
I am a wizard after all.
Sneaky snake. Oh, hey, look, our tree's right there.
Oh my. I feel like it's faster just to swim across.
Well, yeah. Well, we know it's on, those are the Twin Peaks, so knowing what direction to head in would make it work either way, probably.
Probably.
But you can see it right now, and there's no obstacles to get lost behind.
There's a
Good opportunity.
an entrance to a cave near it too,
What?
but I'm too
Could we
tall
be
with my
selected?
hat.
Oh, that entrance.
There might be another one. I just couldn't find it because it was nighttime.
You'd think that'd make it easier to find.
You'd think, but it's hard to see in the cave at all at night.
Mm. Yeah, because you can surface, come up at the right angle. Bloop, bloop.
This is the most effective swim ever. I call it the butterfly swim. Oh, of course, it stops as soon as you start looking. Gosh. I had the perfect angle. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you walk faster than you swim?
Yes.
Felt like it.
Yep. Because not every player is going to be Michael Phelps, you know? Can't guarantee you're going to swim faster than you walk. He's a swimmer, right?
Yep. No, I know. Whoa. You still with me? Where'd you go?
I'm headed towards the tree.
So am I.
I went more directly towards the tree.
I don't enjoy swimming, so I try and get out of the water as fast as I can.
That's fair. I guess that actually is something I want to change, is I don't like the controls for swimming. Like, I don't like the aiming that it has right now. I want to offset it so you can actually swim and look above water better. Hi.
Run away. Light, go get him.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Will I?
Do you know what that's from? It's from an old video game. On SNES. Actually, I don't know. We haven't. On SNES, one of the early twin stick shooters prior to there being twin sticks on a controller was Smash TV, where it was basically a game show and you were sent into a room, and then in that room it was a horde mode sort of thing. So units would come running out and you had to shoot them in a very twin stick fashion with the D-pad on one side and the 4 buttons on the other. So you had your up and right and your movement up and right and stuff. It was really cool because like it was very cheesy game show AC. Lothar's got me. Yeah. It would, like, every round it'd be like, good luck, you'll need it, because survival was difficult. And you had to pick your room, and it would be different monsters for each room and try to get through the whole thing. It's a really cool game.
That didn't work at all. But did I lose you?
No, I went up ahead of you because you fell.
Because I lost you, you're not following me anymore.
No, you're losing me now. I'm ahead in the race.
I didn't know it was a race.
It's always a race, Jeff.
Oh, dang it. It's a rat race, isn't it?
I didn't pick a rat character.
Dang it.
Although watching my daughter make characters this morning, I was like, oh wow, there's so much more involved in this. She almost was a giant mascot. I was like, oh, yep, all right. I imagined I wanted stuff like that to happen, but it was months ago that I decided on Ready Player Me, so I feel like I've completely forgotten all the wonderful and weird things that it has to offer. It's nice to see that today. I'd love to see someone run around as a mascot.
I'm at the base of the tree.
Nice. You did it. You won the race. I got distracted by climbing. Climbing's fine.
turn my light spell on so you can find me.
I'm on my way. They went too high.
See, I've been to this tree a few times, so I already knew the right route.
Oh, fancy boy.
I've gone to it once. That's a few times in my books, okay, guys?
I'm now an expert on that tree. I've seen it before. This is something I want to change. This is not the tree I want it to be.
Yeah, its hitbox and stuff is also really awkward.
Yeah. It's very much a stand-in for what I'd like to have here. I feel like falling down somewhere on here. Where are you? You've abandoned the tree.
No, I'm near it, don't worry. It's right there.
Oh, okay, you're over on that side. So you're up where I was. That's where I came in on the tree. Like I was climbing so high, I was up there instead.
I'm trying to find my way into the cave.
I just love watching you run by and being like, the scale of this is hilarious.
Okay, so I found a cave. I like that. Did you find the cave yet?
I saw you run by, and then yes, here it is. And there you are. Oh, what's this? What is? I saw something flying around. Did you see that?
I did it. I glitched through. I'm inside.
Glitch through. Sneaky snake.
Can you just walk through? So it's a matter of you got to try and almost. You're trying to. So you see how there's the corner here, where I am. You're going to be working your way towards the edge, and then you're going to spam, jump, and climb, and then you'll eventually latch onto the corner, around it.
These speedrunners all come up with the weird stuff. Oh, I'm inside the rock. I did worse. Oh, no, I'm back out.
Hi.
I did it.
Welcome.
I think I was on the ceiling because I was still climbing. That's why.
You got lucky.
Weird. Yep.
I forgot that
I
that can
didn't end
happen.
up inside.
I love the cave so much.
It's fun, isn't it?
Now I have to figure out how to breathe this kind of life onto the surface. And I know there's trees and flowers and little shrubs and stuff like that, but it's not the same. It doesn't feel magical. It just feels like a normal world.
Agreed. There's a lot that needs to go into making that part more energetic. Underneath was a lot easier, right? Because you were starting in darkness.
Yeah.
But now that I've been flexing that and figured out some different processes to quickly iterate on my textures and things like that, as well as figuring out how to optimize and save a ton of performance problems that I had. It's getting easier and easier for me to sort of stretch things that I'd already had in place. That's where I want to add some subtle luminance to the upper areas.
Yeah.
Like it's not, I don't think it's super consistent right now, but above ground there are mushrooms that only generate inside of the forest. So I would like to bring those a bit more to life as one of those sort of areas. And then there's a handful of actors that also spawn into the world and have zero like meshes or anything in them. They're meant to be quite magical at some point, but obviously I don't have everything quite magical made. But
Mhm.
That's why it's funny you said mana wells, but it's like there are actually manas. There's 20 something I think right now in this generation of the map, but there's nothing that shows up with them, so you can't tell that they exist. But there's already mana wells in the game.
I love it.
Climbing, climbing, climbing.
I honestly want just like some sort of bioluminescent eel under the water. It doesn't have to do anything. Just like these moving lights going on underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Or it should be a danger to players, let's be honest.
Oh yeah. Not gonna put a lot of stuff in here that's not.
But
Although, so I'm always, thinking about fishing because that came up, right? So one thing that I think is really funny and will definitely be how the fishing works is the fish aren't what you're trying to catch. They're containers. So you pull up a fish and you take whatever's out and you throw the fish back.
that's amazing. It's so silly.
Well, and since we had talked before how fishing is going to be a more magical thing than a hook or anything like that,
Why though?
why? Why not?
Let me keep the fish.
Sure, you can choose to keep the fish, but the reward is in the fish. So your choice if you want to have all the fish hanging up. But catch and release is an option, or like let's say it's the main option.
It's just not Maple's night.
Got to subvert those expectations, Maple. Dare to be different, as they say. Dare to be different.
What do you want the fish for? Like, what purpose would a fish serve in a game like this? Can it make, like, dinner? Health pots, I guess? I don't know.
Fish. I'm gonna give fish one function. And it's just for Maple. I don't know what it is. It's probably turning your spells red. Fish turn your spells red.
Can we not cook or sell them to vendors? I mean, you can cook. I'm sure there's a cooking function.
Yeah, they'll definitely turn your spells red. That's what fish will do. Congratulations. All spells, though, like your water spells will turn red. Fish turn spells red. That's the decision. I like the idea of fish being a container that is mechanically speaking part of the world. But if you really want your fish trophies, we can make it so you can keep the fish.
The Fire Nation finds this acceptable.
There'll be one player with all the achievements for different sized fish, and it's just Maple.
Yep.
He's the only one who has access, though. That's the even better trick. And then when they ask, why are you the leader of the guild? And be like, because I have all these achievements. I've caught all the fish.
The joke is, it's only when Maple finally accepts that fire is not red, that fire does become red.
It's like a Chinese fire trap. Or Chinese finger trap.
Yeah.
You gotta stop resisting.
I'm literally just standing here staring at the scenery. I must be tired.
Yeah.
My Steam review will be as follows. Fire is red.
Nailed it.
We need to get that on a t-shirt.
I think so.
Just fire is red. No, fire is color. No one will understand it.
It'll be the highest selling product. Thought I knew which one you were on. Oh, you jumped off.
Were you on one?
No, I was down below, but I was watching I was looking for the one that you were on, like with silhouettes.
Oh.
And then I looked over and realized you were running around instead. So I was not going to find the one you were on.
I turned my light on.
I don't know where you've gone. I'm not seeing you. Knock off again. You climb up as I climb down. Here we go. Cat and mouse. Without realizing it. Oh, we're not near each other anymore.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
I'm at the tower.
I'm at the tower too. But we're not at the same tower.
So you were never close to me.
We were once. I don't know which one of us wandered off.
I mean, I swam across the lake after first entering.
Oh.
There
I
were
don't know.
tall things that were here that got me excited.
That's good. That's good. Follow your heart, man. Chase those tall things.
So you're probably over there.
I'm swimming. Oh, I see you. He's running.
It's because I found a graveyard.
Ooh.
Hello.
Which way did you go?
Will there ever be things like mounts or pets?
Oh, I don't know about mounts. But there's definitely going to be pets. It's a magical world. You have to have a familiar of some sort.
I could see like a mount-like spell that could exist. I could see that being a possibility at some point. You're so quiet, Sean. You're like, I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm thinking about the logistics of it because typically a mount is useful for like giving you the ability to travel long distances a little faster, but that's usually like a horse or something, and there's not a lot of super sort of flat ground to be mounted on. I feel like it would be worse than Red Dead Redemption's horse mechanics at times.
You could make like a climbing mount that could give you increased climbing speed or something of that nature.
It'd be easier just to speed you up.
True.
As opposed to giving a new character and animation to go with the climbing.
Where's the fun in that?
I also don't want you flying. So I don't know about mounts, but pets for sure. We're only at the getting connected to the plants phase. We got to have animals and such. That's all fun.
Can you imagine climbing up that and then there's just this little mini boss fight that you have to do? You climb up with your friends.
I imagine it all the time.
Like
Why do you think they're in a ring?
I know, but like you all climb up and you're just like and then three of you just get wiped out.
No, I died.
You're like, God, you suck. I have to restart.
Now we gotta get it back down there. But don't worry, we planned ahead. One of us had brought a pet with us that helps us teleport back. Teamwork.
Turns out that pet also teleports the boss back, and now he's wreaking havoc on the service during the daytime, and everyone's like, what the heck is wrong with you?
He's at your camp. Good luck.
And that's how you set up your defenses for PvPers.
Now there's a boss protecting my base. Protecting or destroying?
If I can't have it, no one can.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to see the game over because I don't have a portal anymore. It went bye-bye.
You can use other portals, right?
Good luck. Actually, here's a... I don't know. Do I want to say this on stream or just you first? Thinking about a funny scenario. So the idea here is that you leave, go through the portal, and then it opens a slot for a PvPer, right?
Yeah.
What if the PvPer just took over your character that you left behind? add like a desaturate mask, so like it starts to drain some of the color out of you or something. But you and I are playing all game together. I leave, and then my character comes rolling back in, and you're like, wait, what happened? Didn't you leave? And then I'm like, yeah, I'm getting some soda from the kitchen or something. And you're like, but your character's over. Oh, wait a minute. He's attacking me.
I could see that being a skill choice that they can do. So
Stay
they'd have to,
disguised.
yeah, like a disguise
be
self
fun.
spell. That'd be a neat concept. It's very much a high risk, high reward type spell. Because if they come in and they're in with as someone who was not in a party in any way, then it will do literally nothing. No one knows. And come nighttime, everyone is on edge.
Mm-hmm. Well, and at that point, it won't matter what the face is, but it's just the benefit of being one of the people that may have been on the map at that time.
Yeah.
Other people would have seen him throughout the game, whether they're in a group or not. You will be passing each other in the night or the day.
I think I'm gonna have to throw in the towel after this one.
That's fair. I was thinking that was a good idea.
I do not know why I'm
Um,
so tired.
It's Friday night.
Yeah.
Always happens. Every time my D&D group is a Friday night D&D group, it's the longest session because I'm always so much more tired on a Friday night for some reason. But I mean, Saturday night, you'd think it'd be the same, but it's not.
I know what it is. I normally have a coffee at lunch when I'm on Fridays. I didn't do that today.
Ah, a little less caffeine than normal.
Yeah.
That'll do her.
So I'm like, I'm gonna be up late tonight streaming, and then I forgot about it.
So let me make it more difficult on myself. Good choice.
Hey, it's important not to let your body rely on it.
I'm in the middle of developing a video game. Tell me that afterwards. I definitely drink coffee all day long.
I mean, I don't have a normal coffee machine. I have an espresso machine.
Oh, fancy boy.
I can decline. There we go. Gosh. Latch onto the rock, Spider-Man.
I like to, I use a Bodum, so we go retro. But it makes it taste nice and
Oh, it's
full.
good. It's good. Yeah. I am a coffee snob, so.
I don't like too much sweetness, so it's black coffee for sure.
I make lattes, but no sweetener. Like just straight oat milk and espresso.
Nice. Nice. Well, then tell me this, Jeff. What? Give me a couple highlights from your experience tonight.
So I really enjoy the underground a lot. Like it feels so vibrant and alive and magical as I'm going around. I don't know. It already has a lot going on down here. I feel like the rocks in the distance could use something like almost like ore veins, but like magic veins or something on like certain ones at some point in the future. It doesn't right now. I think the underground is in a good state. I don't know why, but I found it was a lot easier to find POIs this time compared to previous times. that might have just been pure luck, but I was finding what I was seeking. So I was enjoying that part too, where I could actually set out and understand. You gave me that one tip, like look in the forest for the shop thing.
Yeah, and I don't think that was the same one that I was referring to.
No.
Which is the funnier part.
But it was
But there's
near
a handful
forest.
of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm not sure if anything really changed on the upper level.
It could have just been the new map, made it easier to find certain things.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Either new map or just your familiarity.
Yep.
With just the controls, just wandering around with what stands out from the other stuff that's become normal. It's hard to say, but that's good. That's good.
So I
What do you
think
got for some lowlights?
I mean, I feel like the above ground stuff is just lacking now that the underground is so vibrant. I was saying it before, it just feels like it's trees and rocks.
Been there, done that, right?
Yeah. And I'm kind of really pulling from what Maple said, where like you should be able to stumble upon a POI every like 2 to 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, yeah. And that's where I'm, because you did pass, there are a handful of them up there. Granted, like I said, there's a good number of them that doesn't have anything in the actor at the moment. But the other ones that we didn't stumble across are certainly up there. And that's where I have some ideas on how to make them a bit more visible, a bit more obvious. Because a lot of the POIs, especially the ones on the outside, are going to act as sort of player hubs. Like there's multiple reasons to be there, so it's a chance for you to often cross paths with other players.
Yeah.
So making those stand out a bit more. Mainly, I think I'm really digging how the towers semi blend in. So I want to take from that. I'm going to do kind of the opposite in terms of blending in, but like as far as the heights and the sort of, how it can disappear into it. But I want to, I have a goofy little idea inspired by Flack. So we'll see what plays out there.
I like that. No one here knows who Flack is.
No, but this is how it begins.
Yeah.
We start tonight.
I also just gave
Flack.
a huge hint. Flack is a who.
Flack is now established in our universe, so
yeah.
We will say little more tonight, and only ever say little more from now on.
And then I'm trying to think of anything else.
Spoilers. Much like the runes, do some digging because there's already a history on Flack.
I don't know if you could find any of that history right now, but oh no, it's out there. It's in places.
Oh yeah. The breadcrumbs aren't even far from people's path at the moment, so it's delightful, and mysterious all at once.
Because I think those are the big ones for me in terms of like what I would be wanting to see early on.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed seeing the portals and the runes in them. That was a really cool touch. That starter island.
Mm-hmm. You liking that? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, we know how some people
Maple,
feel.
Lothar, Manly, if you're still here. What do you guys? You guys got any anything that's standing out tonight? Good, bad, indifferent?
Or anyone in chat, that, for that matter.
Look at the numbers of viewers. I'm guessing they're most of them. Excellent. Lothar is just excited. I'm excited to be able to bring Lothar in because he's just gonna run around forever. He may just disappear. It'll be like in Minecraft They'll just come back with, "Hey, I did something goofy." And thanks, Lothar. I really appreciate that you guys are joining us every week. This is a lot of fun, and it's fun to tease Jeff every week, but it's also more fun to have other people watch me tease Jeff.
It also gives like a goalpost that we can be aiming for with any type of update during the weekly thing.
Big time. It actually, yeah, it's the structure has informed some different flows around the house as well, to get our team a bit more agile. Let's use terrible words, to make our team a bit more effective when it comes to our day to day.
Yeah.
So we've been having a lot of fun pulling. I've been having a lot of fun with pulling this into other spreadsheets or ways we run other things, building out those tools. Excellent. I'm glad you weren't fighting with the fact that fire is red and you were fighting with something else. But thank you. I appreciate that. Fire is yellow. I almost said it. Ooh. Okay, this is the game. We're gonna start. Can you trick me into saying red? That's what's gonna be.
I mean, fire is red, orange, and yellow.
We'll see. I definitely like the idea of all the different elemental spells can be color changed.
I think it would be a really cool touch. It lets people further customize things.
Yeah. It's a big part. You had asked earlier about the color of the crystals and how that's important. In the way that I'm imagining it at the moment, because the crystals are going to be a piece of whatever products they get built into. I'm being vague on purpose. I know what their goal is. The color of said product is based on the crystals you use to put them in. You'll have fine control of that output color, but if you only gathered red crystals, you won't get the option to make it into something other than a red crystal, right? It's sort of a fuel for your color options.
Here's a question for you. As we go to the point where you can actually gather resources in the game, are we making it a finite amount of resources in the map, or is it going to be you mine from this crystal, there's a cooldown before you can mine from this crystal specifically again, but it's still there?
It depends on. I'm gonna jump out of that. Uh-oh, my border's now showing. It depends on how I over here and then that over there. Oh, and it just oh, hold on. Give me. I need to set up a different scene for this so that it just works. Aha. And then decreases to 0. It's in the back of my mind. I haven't decided where those goalposts are or guardrails for many reasons. We're gonna have a lot of things that constrict your ability to mine. Obviously, it's going to be a bit more hostile down there for one. So I want to create I have some pretty good layers of depth that I want to add to like what happens in all those situations. But for one, like my current anticipation. So this is one of the back end things that I've been working on this week. So with fishing, we had talked about how it was going to be a magical thing where you kind of like charge up an orb, you send it into the water, you guide your fish back to the surface, and now you've done fishing. The things on the roof underneath, I've designed a similar concept where you send out a sort of, well, we can consider it like a mage hand, but you're then going to like either jostle it free or break a chunk off. I haven't. It depends on how nice I can make that look.
Yeah.
But that's the idea, is like it's the fishing game is almost reflected in mining off the ceiling simultaneously. So it's, and then this is, I mean, technically this is the kind of stuff that I really need you guys helping me test it. Once we start getting some numbers in there and seeing what people can do, I don't know if I want to put a lot of limits on the resources, mainly because, thank you very much, I'm glad you like that. Mainly because I want to see teamwork really change the numbers, right? So I almost don't want to hold back on the map side. I want
I agree
the
with that.
restriction to be player side.
Yeah.
So it's how efficient you can run, and then even better, how efficiently you can run with others, that then totally scales up the difference.
I will say I really like the idea that Maple wrote of the first person should get more. The reason I like that is because it gives you an indicator of if other people are nearby. And that's a really cool way of doing it without it being like, it's a subtle thing that someone who is used to the game would know. And it doesn't have to be a significant thing. It can just be, you know, that you were the first person to mine this, or someone else has already done it. And you can have that carry over in many different ways, and that just feels like it'd be a really good way of knowing if you're near someone. And if you want to get really crazy, you could do it on like some form of cooldown, so you know someone was here within the last like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I dig that. I like the awareness.
Because that's one thing I think it's going to be really interesting once we can start having things to do and have other people in there, is how difficult is it going to be to find each other, and how hard is it going to be to know if someone is even nearby or not.
Yeah, and in a lot of, so from my perspective, the way I'm doing that, like, we saw how the lights don't work on the ground. It's anticipated that I want the same thing with the grass. The grass generates around you specifically. Each player does that, but then I've set the culling distances and things so that you don't generate grass outside of where I would generate grass, so that I can't tell that you're just over there generating extra grass in my game. Obviously, the main reason is for performance purposes, but that is like for instance, when we're underground and you have your light off and I can't see the lights on the ground, your silhouette starts to become more ominous, and it's a bigger risk for me to know whether or not you're a monster or you, or like just a player, right? And so that's where I do really like this decreasing idea, because it does give you that second layer where you're like, I know monsters don't mind, so somebody else must be close by. And same thing, like obviously if there's a couple of corpses of monsters, you have a better idea that there's someone rolling through here.
It also can be a thing of where you could be playing mind games with people, right? Where right near the entrance, you don't touch any of those crystals. You go further in, away from where you can easily enter the caves, and that's what you're going to start doing, because you don't want anyone to know you're in here, and things like that.
Right. Yeah.
Why? I don't know. I don't know what advantage that would give you, but some people are weird.
If you're so like one example is the towers. The towers are a finite resource. There's only so many of those, and they produce a fairly beneficial thing, but they have a direct, there you go, it says it gives a huge advantage. They have a direct correlation to the amount of players working together for their reward. So if you're one of those people that's going in there extra selfish, get the resources you need and don't disturb other things. That's the advantage of leaving some,
because no one knows you're in there, so they're going to be a little bit more nervous about entering the cave, right?
Like, oh, no one's come in this way. I think it would be really interesting too, because you come in and then you're like, oh, maybe this is, and then you mine one and find it has almost nothing in it. There'll definitely be, and to your point, Jeff, there'll definitely be some sort of cooldown. One of the main things that I'm thinking with these mechanics is I want to make sure that it's, I mean, other than fishing, I want to make sure that you're not just standing in one spot repeatedly doing the same thing. Fishing, I like the idea of you doing that because it is much more of a casual thing.
So I think the cooldown thing, I'm going against that now. I think it should just be like first person to mine it gets the bonus, and then from that point on, it's just normal. Because the PvP side, I think it's really neat that they could go in and be like, there were people that came in this area, and they could be like, there were people here. They don't know how, like, at what point in the match they were there.
But if it decreases over time, they could see even more how popular it was.
Yeah, but just
to
don't
get
have
more
it
information.
Don't decrease it to nothing. Don't deplete it.
Well, eventually.
I mean, if you have 80 people and they all mine the same crystal, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
It has to get somewhat depleted, but like to the point that or it could just be layers of information where it's like it's 3 or 5 different layers of output, so you can see the difference of how many by that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to necessarily be 1 and 1. It could be like for the first 2, it actually gives a pretty good one.
Because I think that's a really neat mechanic, and then you can do the same thing with a lot of other like gathering stuff that we have.
And maybe there isn't a cooldown, but it definitely would limit you from going there again.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have somehow, I got to figure out how that would work, but so I think a good idea of how that would track. Yeah, I think to really answer the question on whether or not resources are finite depends on the resource, is really what's going to come down to. A lot of them I want to be fairly abundant.
As I think
the
it should
ones
be.
that are abundant also won't carry forward to anything terribly strong, right? So there's sort of a tier depending on the full scope of what that item is used for and what the outputs can be. Kind of thing.
Yeah, and because the way you manage your resources is going to be that backpack, right? So the backpack is going to limit you from just hoarding absolutely everything.
Exactly. So that's one of the big constrictions why you, like, if the map gives out as much as it possibly can, well, now teamwork is really beneficial where one person's helping another person get back and forth a lot more while he's the one that's focused on building so he can carry as much as he can. And now the gameplay styles can separate a little bit.
Yeah, and they have a pack mule and a miner. They go down in mines together.
Yep.
They meet.
And I started stretching things out a little bit based on what we were talking about before with the experience stuff. So I think I have that laid out in a pretty fun way that keeps scaling up, as we were talking about.
Yeah, because you don't want like a level 1 player that's just able to get XP to level up fast to be able to just give level up bottles. That would just be broken.
Yeah. Well, the cost will be personal, right? So like you can, if say we're power leveling you and you're at level 20, well, it's going to cost you that whatever experience it takes to get to 21, regardless of me helping you, right? So it's just a matter of I'm helping you get there faster, but because I'm only level 3, I'm not getting a ton of experience. Or like
Fibonacci
realistically my limits of how much I can share are really low or something. Probably have some indication on your total storage. That way there's it starts to really limit you how much I can help after a while because you've gotten so many levels ahead.
Well, it's the same thing as in any game, right? The higher level you are, the more experience points it takes to level up. Same concept. So lower level people can't usually get experience as fast as higher level people. So it's going to taper off as to the effectiveness of the experience bottles you're giving me, because if you're a level 1 player and you're only giving me 4 experience points and I'm level 20, that isn't even worth my time in most cases.
Mm-hmm. But it might be just enough.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be more than one sort of tower to climb in that way. If you look at the map, there's 3.
So it should be 3 or 5 based on the elements.
Did I give it away? Yeah, so that was so the mining thing was one of my fun. I was like, oh, this will give players more things to do that don't end up just going straight to combat, because we don't want combat to be our main activity.
Yeah.
I think that's the right way to say that. But yeah, so I think a couple of my horizons have been seeded well, so maybe there'll be ruins next week. Maybe not. But I definitely will put some time in on the above ground areas, just to see if I can push the POIs. I think specifically I'm going to focus on POIs.
Yeah.
And I think I have a couple ideas on things I want to try to do to get the other character working, so I might put a little time into that to see if I can get that scraped out, so that everything that I am doing in the ability stuff won't just have to be copied over. I should be able to start applying it to the finished character guy. Tis the goal.
Makes sense. I like it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure which week, but probably within the next month, there'll be a week that I won't be available on the Friday, so you'll be solo streaming.
Delightful. Delightful.
Or you'll be inviting someone to play with you.
That might be what I have to do. I might have to teach someone how to download and get on my network with Apache. And then...
I don't know
I
when
know Manly said dibs, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see
Also,
who's paying attention.
the level of comfort someone has in setting up their network to have no firewall for a period of time to play a game.
Just a little backdoor. Just
Yeah.
a small back. Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if you've tried Marvel Rivals, but don't play that on an open network. It has a huge vulnerability, apparently.
No, never played it.
Apparently, it allows remote code execution, and so if you play it on a vulnerable network, there's people just can start doing stuff on your computer.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's so funny to me, because you see names like, they have a huge license with Marvel, right? Like you'd think that kind of stuff is like baseline for
Yeah, I mean,
games they make.
there's this guy at my Pokemon club that's in the game industry, and he's told me about some of the things that happens there.
That's fair. That's fair.
He might be in our chat. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, it's kind of mind-boggling when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that was, and the game's super popular. I don't know if you've tried it. It's pretty cool. They actually, some neat stuff.
I haven't tried it, and I have no interest in trying it. If you have that big of a security flaw, I'm not going to use the game.
But I agree. However, I also think it's a sign of the times. Like,
Yeah, everyone's just
bigger games are developing so fast, and with some of the wrong hallmarks in mind.
Yep.
To the point that they're forgetting some of the stuff that, in my opinion, and what I'm trying to do as much as I can in our game, is build things in a modular way if it's something I want to reuse later, so that I just have it. I know it works. You don't have to keep going back and trying again. Which, yeah. We also won't be firing our entire studio as soon as we launch our game, so that helps.
Yeah, I mean, considering it's a studio of one.
Well, yeah, it would be very, very inefficient to that point, but...
No.
Well, Jeff, thank you for joining me tonight
Thank
and
you.
exploring the world.
Thank you for all your work over the last week, getting it updated all the
Having a
time.
blast. Having a blast. I am going to work on getting more. I'm gonna get screenshots and stuff into devlogs as we go. I'm gonna try and get a bit more activity going on in the Discord, ramping stuff like that up, and then yeah, and like I said, work on upper ground and character stuff. I think is my main goal right now. I really want to get the character movement in C++ so that it's all clean and out of my way for all the ability stuff. That is my dream.
Yep.
'Cause right now that blueprint is gross and I don't want to look at it anymore. So I want to clean it up. I want to get rid of that.
That makes sense. And once that's done, then it opens up the doors to a lot of future things. So it's a worthwhile endeavor.
Yeah. Because then once that's done, then I can go ahead and get the inventory stuff going again. Once the inventory stuff is working again, then we can pick up items. Right now I can see all the items of the world. There's just nowhere for them to go if you try to pick them up. So
I saw that.
Silly. So we're gonna, I want to say baby steps, but we're running here.
Moving quick.
Yeah. So thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Maple, Lothar, Manly, my lady, if you're still listening. If anyone else is in chat that I'm missing, it's been lovely. I really appreciate all the feedback. I really appreciate the support. I am having a blast doing this, but showing it off every week is a blast too.
Yeah.
If not more exciting. So yeah, with that, I
See you
think
guys
that's
next
this week.
Yeah.
Cool,
Bye,
gang.
everyone.
Bye.